Hey, good morning to you. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Mark again here, WeatherMan Plus. I have so much good information to show y'all today. I guarantee you by the end of the video, you definitely will have a great idea of what we have coming, at least in the next 5 days. I don't want to go past that. If you've never been here before, hello. My name is Mark. I do upload all year long. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell. That way you know when my videos do come out. That way you can keep the best information. Now, guys, I need y'all to share this video to all the people that you can for today, because we had a YouTuber tell people that they have 9 storms coming back to back. And if you've been reading the comments, you know that everybody's in fear and in panic right now, and that's not good. When you're like that, you make wrong decisions. Plus, continue to hit this like button if you are enjoying these updates, because I have so many things to show you today. The word for today is information. And remember, all the links are in the description to help save you time. Please use them and see the information for yourself. Now let's start off with our power outages, because we do expect this to change, but nobody is in the colors no more. Everybody is starting to come back online, and yay, that's such a great thing. Now, starting off, according to National Weather Service, starting off this morning, we will have some rainfall in the northwest. We have some precipitation coming through the southwest as this clipper moves through the upper Midwest and the upper Ohio Valley. And this will go out through the north and bring some intercoastal to the northeast. As you go through noontime today, you can see the precipitation moving over Arizona. And as you go into later this evening, you'll see that you start getting that surface low moving over Wisconsin. You're getting some snowfall in Michigan and upper Midwest. And if you look down here, that light blue is a chance for snow. The snow likely will be the dark blue. Then as we go early in the morning for Wednesday, this will shift over a little bit while we get this surface low that will be bringing us some severe weather, guys. Now, as we go through Wednesday morning, then our surface low is going to form up over Texas, start bringing some rainfall to the Tennessee, Kentucky Valley, which could turn into snowfall. And we have severe weather with a little slight chance of tornadoes that we need to think about. While that surface low now expands and brings some snowfall to the intercoastal northeast. And once again, that light blue is a chance. The dark blue is the one that's more than likely. And this is National Weather Service, guys. As you go into Wednesday afternoon, then the front's going to expand all the way to the northeast. You have a little bit better chance of getting some snowfall, some mixed precipitation, and a lot of rainfall. And just like you see over here on the left, the light green is a chance for rain. The dark green is the likely place where the rain will be. But the red also is our severe thunderstorms, guys. This is where we're going to get our severe weather going. I got that covered as well. As you go into Thursday morning, this will shift over to the southeast, bringing a chance for snowfall to Texas. I'm not saying you're going to get some, because I'm not seeing dark blues. That's a chance for snow. Also, this color here is a chance for ice for southern Texas. You got a chance for ice and freezing rain, while we have the thunderstorms still through Thursday morning in the south, bringing a lot of precipitation and rainfall likely over to the mid-Atlantic, while some of it is changing over to sleet with a chance for snow in all the blue. All this purple right here is a chance for mix, and that dark purple is a mix likely. So there's going to be a lot of mixed precipitation that will be passing through the northeast. As you go into Friday morning, this surface low will continue to move out to the mid-Atlantic, and it will move out to the east, guys. At the same time, on a wraparound, you have a chance for snow in this light blue and snow likely in this dark blue, and this is for Friday morning with a chance for rain in all this green, thunderstorms down here in southern Florida, and rain likely in all this dark green, while y'all getting some snowfall in higher elevations of the mountains, and another clipper forms up in the upper Midwest, bringing a little chance of snowfall. As you go into Saturday morning, this clipper will move up towards Canada a little bit more and bring Michigan a little bit more snowfall. And you have a chance for snowfall at this point in the northeast. And as you can see, according to National Weather Service, the surface low forms up over here by the mid-Atlantic. And this will be going away as it goes through Sunday, narrowly missing the northeast, bringing a chance for snowfall. I'm showing, if anything, it will be light amounts, guys. Now, as we look through our possible cyclone locations just within the next 6 days, this is by Met Office, you can see that we do have a chance for a surface low to form, and it will strengthen as it goes into the Atlantic. I know y'all was told that there's this big block pattern. This block pattern is only for 24 hours. There's nothing blocking this storm. The only thing that's helping it go a little bit more northern is the high pressure in the Atlantic sits there and blocks it from going further east. But according to this model run, as you can see with the blue, then the red, then the dark red, that this has a chance to be a 980 to 999 that strengthen up to a potential 960 to a 979 towards Nova Scotia. When you look at the Euro model, you can see that you have it a little bit closer up to the northeast and strengthening quickly from the 980 to 999 quickly to the 960 to 979. We are going up into a high ridge on our inner AO, and this will help pull it a little bit stronger to the north and let it intensify a little, but I'm still showing more than most, and this will not be a direct impact. You will get the outskirts of the precipitation, potentially snowfall. And you can see another one forming up very weak in the Gulf of Mexico that's going over Florida. And this will come later. This is not the first one. This will come later. And when you look at the cyclone locations according to the Euro EPS, this is your ensemble prediction system. This is made by the Euro. It's to give you confidence in your forecast for medium to long range models. And you can see how that does pick up a 980 to 999 storm that forms sometime within the next 10 days across Florida. It is well within 10 days, guys. And then you see how it strengthens up and goes straight out to the east, not to the north. And the GFS, which confirms that all these little twirls that we're about to get on these systems will be forming out into the Atlantic. It will be no threat to the U.S. We do have a chance right here in the northeast for a low pressure to form up and strengthen up on the way out, but start off kind of weak. This will actually be a clipper that will come in later, and it'll come all the way from over here and form up and maybe hit y'all a little bit and bring snowfall. It won't be from one coming to the south all the way to the northeast like the Euro's been showing. And to bring in the Canadian, just to bring in all kind of information I could bring you guys. It confirms that we do have a surface low that would be forming up somewhere east of Florida, and it will ride up a little north, but then go east out into the Atlantic, because the higher ridge that we do go in won't be too high for too long. That block only lasts for 24 hours. Then everything relaxes back out, and that's why this goes east after it goes north. But you can see there is one that could form up later, according to the Canadian, kind of close to the northeast and strengthen on the way out. So you could have something coming. So I will show you all the information I do have for you. Now, doing a model comparison, let's start off with the Euro. As the Euro sees, we do have a clipper coming through all the way into the upper Midwest. It will be mostly in Canada, bringing y'all some snowfall on a wraparound. This is all the way into Wednesday, and then intercoastal northeast on Thursday. And that's when your severe weather starts in the south, with the chances for the rainfall and a precipitation, mixed precipitation for Tennessee, Kentucky Valley, all the way to the northern half of the southern states. And you can see that the GFS is pretty much in agreement with that as well. So as we push forward, you can see that how it pushes off and no surface low forms, guys. It does bring precipitation, because what you have down here is a high pressure going clockwise. This is pulling up this tropical moisture into the south. Then you have the high pressure of the cold air, which I'm sure y'all feel those temperatures, going clockwise this way. And this will help give the spin you need to create that severe weather that we're going to have in the south. And it won't last too long, guys. But according to the Euro, as you keep on going, it does show you do get some precipitation and snowfall and wraparound for the Carolinas as it goes into the East Coast and becomes stronger. Now that's by Saturday morning right there. This model run shows you'll get some snowfall, some sleet, and freezing rain on a wraparound. If you look at the GFS, it don't show it as strong, guys. It will bring some freezing rain, some sleet, and a little bit of snowfall as well, but it won't be that strong. And it goes right past the northeast, bringing not too much effects at all. The Euro takes it where it's super strong and is bringing all this snowfall straight up to the northeast, bringing a 986 by Sunday, and pushing out to the New England states. Now, if you go with the GFS, you can see as we push forward, we get another surface low that forms up sometime around the 23rd. And that actually gets close to the New England states. And it don't bring a lot, but it brings some snowfall to Jersey and the New England states. Very light amounts. I do have your totals for you. And it'll go by on the 24th and 25th. Euro isn't showing that. The Euro is showing it's going to happen now. It'll be on the 22nd and 23rd. While GFS shows it'll be weaker and later and be 24th and 25th. Not as big effects. As we keep going with the Euro, you can see on Sunday the 23rd, it says that big nor'easter. And as you keep on going, you'll see that you do get a clipper up here in the north, bringing a little bit of snowfall, but it will bring some to the intercoastal northeast, according to the Euro. Now, we get on the 25th, which is already, in my opinion, too far as it is, guys, but I'll show you. It does form up something in the Gulf, according to the Euro, and it does go over Florida out to the east, just like I showed you on the cyclone locations. Now, this right here in the Gulf of Mexico on the 25th, the GFS shows it forms up a little bit later, but around the same time. Euro takes it a little bit further, a little bit quicker, But GFS agrees that that one will be going in the Gulf across Florida, but it will not be anything major. While you do have the chance for the snow for Texas and some freezing rain and sleet as this front pushes south. And you can see according to the Euro, it's showing almost the same thing, but the temperature don't quite meet up with the precipitation, and that one don't do anything, and it does leave out the East Coast, guys. So I got this for you guys, and remember, all these links are in the description for you to see with your own eyes. From the Weather Prediction Center. Weather Prediction Center is National Weather Services. No, it's so many agencies together getting all this information. It's showing significant surface low tracks. And you can see late on Wednesday to 0Z, it does show that there's a surface low that can form over Tennessee. And by Thursday morning, it could be moving over the Carolinas. And by late Thursday evening, it will be off the coast of the Mid-Atlantic. GFS is showing this will go away. It will be a little close, bring a little bit of snowfall. Euro just takes it up to the northeast, which is wrong because they would have it turning right here if it was to do that. At the same time, we have that clipper that's starting right here, probably about around Alberta, so it'll probably be called an Alberta clipper, while you have a surface low forming Tuesday morning. As you go into Tuesday afternoon, it'll be over Wisconsin, and as you go into Wednesday morning, it'll be going towards Canada on a northward track by Thursday morning. Now let's get to this blocking pattern, which has everybody in a frenzy, and I'm sorry that y'all got all panicked, guys, because fear is never the way to go, man. All it does is make you make wrong decisions right when you need to make the right decisions. Now, as you see, you do have your surface low pressures here and your high pressures here, and they do meet up and do a block, and it only lasts all the way from late Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday, and then it lasts about 24 hours. Then once you get into Wednesday afternoon into Thursday, it does open up, and these surface lows are able to go out through the north. There is not a blocking pattern putting this all in our country. They are able to leave out the north and the east, guys. But we do have something coming within the next 5 days. I'm going to concentrate on that. I'm not showing any blocking pattern longer than 1 day. Now, if you look right here, according to GFS, remember time and date is always above my head. You can see we get that clipper and this surface low that tries to form up over the south and southeast. Still showing a big high pressure here, spinning clockwise, a big high pressure of cold air here, spinning clockwise. And this is bringing this tropical moisture, and it gets shredded and squished with the high pressures. This thing is not able to go through and form anything super strong. You can see the clipper moving through the upper Midwest, going out through the northeast. Nothing super strong there neither. And you can see the cold weather you have now. You do have some cold weather coming down by Thursday, definitely by 9 o'clock in the morning. But then it will warm right back up and move over the southeast a little bit as these high pressures rule everything. Upper level lows over the southeast on the 21st tries to form up, but you got a high pressure pushing that all the way to the east. Then it finally forms up late and does not much. It might hit a little bit of the New England states on the 24th as it forms up later and goes towards the north. And then maybe after that one moves, you have this other surface low coming from Canada up through the upper Midwest, and that could be a weaker system, but it will be a rotating thunderstorms, and it will bring some precipitation to the northeast. Now, whether you have cold temperatures enough to turn that into snowfall, that's still questionable. But we're already talking 5 days away, guys, and that's just too far away because some of the model data is showing that this will actually curve back up to the north and not come into our country. There's not going to be a block for that long. And it's showing around the 26th that we do have this big cold air of Arctic air coming in. And by the 27th, early in the morning, you could be feeling very cold temperatures in the south. When you look according to the Euro, you can see the clipper come up through the upper Midwest, the surface low forming in the south and getting squeezed by these high pressures and not able to form. As that clipper goes up to the northeast, and then as this cold air pushes down and it tries to form up over the south, you can see the upper level low right there. That's still on the 20th. It gets continually squeezed and pushed by those high pressures out to the east. Tries to form up something over the mid-Atlantic on the 22nd. And this one's by the Euro. And it shows after it goes north, it relaxes and heads east. It don't go straight north. It's getting blocked by high pressure right there. Now, if this shows true, it would put some residual effects on the northeast and some light snowfall, like I showed the other day, that could be towards the northeast. And the one that comes after that, instead of the showing it lasting all the way to the northeast like GFS, Euro is showing it will come through the upper Midwest, Ohio Valley by the 24th, and weaken down greatly for the northeast down to an upper level low. while you have another upper level low going into the south, and that goes into the southeast, into the Atlantic as well. We don't have 9 storms coming, guys. We might have 2, plus the Clippers. But this is still too far away, but GFS is showing that on the 27th, that your temperatures could look like this as you've seen that big brown band of high pressure come on down. And it could put single digits over Texas, teens and 20s, with freezing temperatures down to the teens for the deep south and freezing temperatures for the mid-Atlantic as well. While you get negative temperatures in the northeast, negative temperatures in the upper Midwest, and single digits across the central U.S. and Ohio Valley. West Coast, you're still sitting in high 30s to 40s looking pretty because you're still in that very high ridge with the high pressure and you are in above average temperatures. But if this was to play out, the worst part won't be the temperatures, it will be the wind chill, guys. And with the wind chill, it could feel like single digits all the way down Texas because this is where it's aiming towards. Don't worry, Texas, you will warm right back up. This is not like that cold weather event that I alerted you to last time. This is a lot milder. It will be cold, but it ain't staying like that. With a chance for a lot of y'all to be feeling like you're in -5 to -8 degrees. And this negative temperature feel like is going to be all across the U.S. This cold wind chill is going to be way worse than the temperatures. Everybody's going to feel like negative temperatures. Except the southeast. I know Florida, you've been told that you're going to be all the way down Florida frozen temperatures. That's not true either. You're going to be in very much warm temperatures. The panhandle of Florida could get to some cold temperatures, and it could get freezing temperatures just for a morning as this shifts to the southeast, but it will warm right back up. But once again, guys, this is literally on the 27th. This is 9 days away. And with the wind chills, according to the Euro, it's not bringing nothing that the GFS is seeing, and is bringing everything to the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. Feel like you're -10, -20 degrees. Upper Midwest as well. Florida, even with the wind chills, you might feel 30 for the panhandle. Still, this is 9 days away. Now, we'll get back to that in just a second. I also want to speak about Wednesday going into Thursday. When you saw those severe storms, we do have severe weather. You do have a marginal threat, and it is for tornadoes, guys. And so far, you have a 2% all the way from Texas all the way to northern Mississippi. And here's your cities and your states in this tornado threat for Wednesday going into Thursday. Houston, Texas, Shreveport, Louisiana, Pasadena, Texas, Beaumont, Texas, and Sugar Land, Texas. So let's go over what the NAM 3K has for the next 60 hours as that clipper comes through. Looks like some snowfall for upper Michigan, northern Wisconsin, all the way by 11 o'clock today. Then as you go towards 3 p.m. today, it's going to move further across Michigan before it goes towards the northeast and bring y'all a little bit of intercoastal effects all the way to 4 a.m. on tomorrow. And that's mostly for the New England states. I'm sure you will get some lake effect snow out of that, but it is just for the edge of the northeast. Not a lot of snowfall. But at the same time, you can see that around noontime for tomorrow, that this rainfall and the severe weather event will start kicking off. And it's going to kick off with some sleet and freezing rain for the Tennessee, Kentucky Valley, while everybody else is getting storms in the south and the southeast. Now, a tornado threat is mainly for Texas, Louisiana, a little bit of Mississippi, but you do have thunderstorms that will continue to go all the way until Thursday morning. So right around 8 p.m., you have some storms start brewing up on Wednesday, and that is for the deep south, guys. And you have some storms all the way for a little bit for eastern Texas, Arkansas, Mississippi. It will go into Tennessee, but the shear isn't there for there. But you can see how it does form up all the way to Wednesday night with some freezing rain, some snow, and some sleet in the Tennessee, Kentucky Valley. I will show you that in a second. As these storms go across Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, even northern Georgia, all the way till Thursday morning and drag south. And the freezing rain and the cold temperatures from the nightfall will be behind it, guys. Now, as you go into this evening, you start getting some strong dew points, high pressure pulling up all this tropical moisture all evening long. By the time you get into Wednesday morning and this cold front comes down, you can see the cold temperatures meeting up with the warm dew points. It's not really high 60s all the way up to northern Texas and all the way up to northern Arkansas. It's mainly going to be southern and southeastern Texas, and it's going to be mostly Louisiana on down towards New Orleans, with a little bit of Mississippi getting in on those dew points before this cold weather comes down, creates a nice clash, and you will get some storms out of this, guys, but it will go straight down, and then it'll go out to the southeast even weaker. And as you can see, as you go from 11 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, your tornado perimeters start to ramp up all the way till 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock at night. That cold front comes down and just ruins your instability, ruins your chances for tornadoes. Now, as you look for your wind shear, you can see mostly it's going to be a lot of straight line winds, guys. So watch out for the wind gusts. But once you get to 3 p.m. on Wednesday, you start getting some sheared up cells, especially for northern Louisiana, passing into southern Arkansas by 5 p.m. on Wednesday. And this does burst up for a minute all the way into northern Mississippi, all the way by 8 p.m. Then it stretches out into northern Alabama, and it goes straight down with this cold front all morning long. This is definitely going to be overnight again, guys. But when you look at your helicity tracks, which is wind direction change with height, and see exactly what goes on with these and what leaves the most marks, you can see a lot of it is in the Gulf of Mexico with these severe storms. Eastern Texas, you do get a couple that rip up, but mostly northern Louisiana is going to get the worst of these cells, and northern Mississippi during this tornado threat. And here's a better shot for you. You get some for eastern Texas, but you get a lot of it for northern Louisiana and some for northern Mississippi. Mostly northern Louisiana, a little bit of southern Arkansas. It weakens out greatly after that. Northern Louisiana, be aware for this tornado issue. And when you look towards the precipitation that's coming with all this, you can see where the heaviness is. And down here in the green, the darker the green is more like an inch. Everything else is half an inch. So you got some strips of inch of rainfall potential. But at the same time, you see you do have a chance also for some freezing rain to come down from northern Alabama, northern Mississippi, while you're getting a freezing rain, sleet for Tennessee. You can also see that the rain does reach up to Kentucky and West Virginia also, and northern Virginia as it weakens down by Alabama and northern Georgia. But at the same time, it does get a little bit of freezing rain in Kentucky, a lot more snowfall for Kentucky and West Virginia, and a little bit of sleet getting in there as well. All right, let's get back to the data now. The AO, the Arctic Oscillation, lets you know how much cold air and how far into your country comes. According to GFS, we do have a system of cold air coming down all the way from the 18th all the way to the 20th. And that is right at neutral, guys. That is right around the Tennessee-Kentucky Valley. That is not going to the deep south. And you see after that, it starts going back away, and we get a little bit above average temperatures as it continues to scoot away all the way to the 26th and 27th. Now it shows after here it might drop a little bit, not too bad, but that is just going too far. Let's take it a little bit at a time. And at the same time, you look at the NAO, the North Atlantic Oscillation, lets you know if we're going to be on a high ridge or a low trough on the east coast of our country. You see it does slowly go down to a trough, a weak trough, almost at a neutral all the way from the 18th to the 20th. Then it starts going on a high ridge, not an extreme high ridge, but it starts going towards the north, towards the mid-Atlantic, and then it relaxes and goes more east on that high ridge. And we have a chance for another one to come around the 26th. We have another trough that could be coming down according to GFS. But if you remember with the cold air shows that it's really not going to be there for that system. So that will be a rain and severe weather event. Then after that, it shows that we'll go back into a positive pattern to a high ridge again. So it's still a little too far away. Let's take it a few days at a time. And you can see according to the Euro that once it gets to the 18th, 19th, and the 20th, it's not even going down to a neutral phase. That's why the temperatures were not as cold as what the GFS showed when I showed you earlier. It's showing it retracted back a little bit. And it did show it. These all ensembles, all these lines are ensembles. This is your average. This is what you go by, all the ensembles. This is what your average is. Then after that, the cold air will go away, and then there'll be another little section of cold air somewhere from the 23rd to the 25th. But as you can see, it's not even coming as close as the one we get now that's already retracting back. So according to GFS and Euro, this second storm that we're going to be getting later will be a severe weather event with some rain. So the NAO, according to the Euro, to see what the ridge and trough is doing, you can see how it does just like GFS. It's slowly going down to a trough all the way from the 18th all the way to the 20th being its furthest point. But once again, it's not going to a strong high ridge. It's going to a relaxed ridge. This relaxed ridge is going to be all the way from the 20th all the way to the 22nd. So that's a nice relaxed ridge. That's going to go further east and not north, guys. With a chance for another trough coming later from the 24th to the 26th. That's still too far away, but it is showing by both models. But you can see right here on a previous run on Ensemble that it was showing deeper. Now it's retracted back where it's not going to be as deep of a trough. Well, let's go to the ensemble prediction system, the one that's medium to long range for the Euro. And you can see how it shows, it goes, the NAO goes all the way down to a negative trough in the 20s and it stays down. This is not your average. This is what it was. Your ensemble mean, your average, is this green line showing it will not be that big of a trough like it did before. So let's look at just the Euro and the Euro's ensembles. Euro shows that we have that clipper coming through the upper Midwest, going out through Canada, affecting the Northeast a little bit. And you can see the low pressures meeting up in Texas, but it gets squeezed by the high pressures and that system cannot form. As you keep on going, you see it gets pushed off into the mid-Atlantic, forms up way out there by Saturday, tries to form up for the Northeast, stays weak the whole time, and then it finally moves away a little bit. So you still have a chance for this system to give y'all some residual effects, but it's showing that it's forming up its strength later, but it's still bringing some precipitation on the wraparound with some cold temperatures. You could see some snowfall only for the coast. GFS confirms the clipper come through the upper Midwest, going out to the Northeast, pretty weak system, and it confirms the low pressures meeting up in Texas that gets squeezed by the high pressures, and it cannot form up, guys. Goes out to the East Coast, tries to form up upper level low way out there, but it's too far away and there's no effects on anybody. You might get that clipper coming through that might help form up with some energy and become something weak up there later on, maybe around Monday or Tuesday. It's not showing a lot of promise. But don't take it from me. Let's look at the data, guys. Now, as we look at all the ensembles and watch them in motion, you can see why the Euro and the GFS has different outcomes. You see the clipper in the upper Midwest, and you see the surface low trying to form over Texas. This is by early Wednesday morning. As you go into 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, then it moves over Louisiana, and it gets squished by these two high pressures. As you go into late Wednesday afternoon, it's really messing up the surface low and is trying to stretch out to go to the Northeast like the Euro is showing, but it's not able to because it's getting stretched out. When you go 6 more hours, you can see a few ensembles saying that it could make it, but the majority of them is saying that it will stay down here and this energy will carry to the mid-Atlantic and not go straight to the Northeast. As you keep going, you can see where they separate at. You have this big group of members out here into the New England states that could form up late, become something. This is what the Euro is seeing. GFS is seeing that it's going to stay down here with the majority of the members and form up later into the Atlantic and move off towards the Northeast, putting a little bit of residual effects on the New England states. Not a lot. But let's see what's trending, because according to the Euro, it sees a 987. Before that, it showed it further away, 988. Before that, up in the corner, 986. Before that, it didn't even see it. So it only showed it these last 3 runs. And if you notice, it's brought it north to a little bit more southern. So we'll see what happens. That's according to the Euro. GFS always showed it over the Southeast or in the Gulf. That's where it's been showed it 5 times now. That it's going to form in the Gulf and go out into the East. It's not going to the Northeast. The trends are showing that the Euro is wrong. So far the update with the GFS shows some snowfall, 1 to 3 inches for upstate South Carolina, hit North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, Long Island, Connecticut, Rhode Island, maybe eastern Pennsylvania. All y'all getting a chance for 1 to 3, 1 to 4 inches of snowfall. It don't add up to a lot. Plus the Tennessee, Kentucky Valley, and the lower Ohio Valley has a chance of getting 1 to 3 inches, maybe a little more for Kentucky and West Virginia. But remember, don't only go here and go to your area to see what's going on with your region and amount of snowfall that is expected. Also right here, you click on this if you're looking at this later on today, and you will see a 12Z, which is an updated information. Click on that and you'll see the next 5 days, which is 120 hours of what your potential precipitation is, whether it's rainfall, the snow, or the ice. And you can see how it's more for Kentucky and West Virginia than it is for Tennessee. And GFS brings a light amount of snow to the Northeast just for the coast. Mostly 1 to 2, 1 to 3 inches with pockets of 3 to 5. Not much. Now the Euro just takes it ridiculous. Not only for South Carolina seeing major snowfall, 7, 8 inches. Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina, Virginia, East Kentucky, West Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, Southern Jersey seeing over a foot. That's just a little far-fetched and ridiculous to me, guys. I think that will be updated to be a lot less, but still I'll show it to you just so you see what your potential snowfall rates are. And it's showing a foot all the way from Virginia all the way to Long Island, with Connecticut still getting 10 inches as well. I think when you see the 12Z later on, I think you'll see this go down greatly. The GFS is picking up a heavy amount of ice as well, guys, for Georgia, South Carolina, and the coast of North Carolina. But the worrisome part is that the Euro sees this as well. Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. It does a ridiculous amount, 1.25 inches. Now, God bless you all this Tuesday morning, this Tuesday afternoon, whatever time you're watching this video. I wish the best for you and your families to be safe through all these events. So far, it's looking it's not going to be super bad. They got cold temperatures coming. We got some freezing rain that we do need to worry about, and some ice. That is going to come no matter what. Mark 16. And when the Sabbath was past, Mary Magdalene and Mary the mother of James and Salome had bought sweet spices, that they might come and anoint him. And very early in the morning, the first day of the week, they came unto the sepulchre at the rising of the sun. And they said among themselves, Who shall roll us away the stone from the door of the sepulchre? And when they looked, they saw that the stone was rolled away, for it was very great. And entering into the sepulchre, they saw a young man sitting on the right side, clothed in a long white garment, and they were affrighted. And he saith unto them, Be not affrighted, ye seek Jesus of Nazareth, which was crucified. He is risen. He is not here. Behold the place where they laid him. But go your way, tell his disciples and Peter that he goeth before you into Galilee. There shall ye see him, as he said unto you. And they went out quickly and fled from the sepulchre, for they trembled and were amazed. Neither said they anything to any man, for they were afraid. Now when Jesus was risen early the first day of the week, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene, out of whom he had cast 7 devils. And she went and told them that had been with him, as they mourned and wept. And they, when they had heard that he was alive and had been seen of her, believed not. After that he appeared in another form unto 2 of them, as they walked and went into the country. And they went and told it unto the residue, neither believed they them. Afterward he appeared unto the 11, as they sat at meat, and upbraided them with their unbelief and hardness of heart, because they believed not them which had seen him after he was risen. And he said unto them, Go ye into all the world, and preach the gospel to every creature. He that believeth and is baptized shall be saved, but he that believeth not shall be damned. And these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name shall they cast out devils. They shall speak with new tongues. They shall tear up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. So then, after the Lord had spoken unto them, he was received up into heaven, and sat on the right hand of God. And they went forth and preached everywhere, the Lord working with them, and confirming the words with signs following. Amen. Thank you so much for visiting my channel today. Help please get this information out to others. I wish you the best today. And remember, all power, all glory does go to Yahweh, God of Jacob, Father of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, our Lord and Savior, your Father too. And he loves you. Amen. Hallelujah, guys. Have a very blessed day today. For those that need to prepare for this potential ice and severe weather, do the best you can.